Explore an underwater world known as Marine Life Exploration, a family-friendly exhibit that explores the vast selection of animals and plants under the sea. The museum features various exhibits showcasing replicas of animals such as sharks, fish, and octopus, to name a few, as well as displays of various underwater plants. You can also participate in various educational lectures to learn more about all things marine life. So, what are we waiting for? Let's go explore. I started the project by creating my process sketches, and then my primary mark and secondary icon, my visual identity.
Okay, let's come back here. All right. This one I only had two like PDFs for this, so I wanted to make sure I went back and figured out where the rest of it was. Good job here. Maybe cut the whale tail off a little bit more just so it fits like maybe something like that towards the bottom. Just cut a little bit more. I prefer the one on the white. I just think it has like a lot of like life to it. I love the blue. Of course, it looks very marine friendly. I'll show you guys the interactive part.
And my final piece.
I thought it was really neat. This one is definitely one where you have to kind of see the video to really understand what's going on. Like you can see in the walkthrough, it has like all the like the watery effect going down the wall, and then have like what's your connection to water. So definitely feeling and being immersed in this kind of thing, you would connect to it better. So showing the PDF here didn't work. So yeah, good job on that. I thought it was really nice as far as the work. All right, let's go back here. Okay, I was very excited about the sourdough one. Let's see if I can find your logo. So sourdough through the centuries, logos and colors, textures, great looking little mood board, definitely helps. Brochure, what you'll experience, join our exhibition. I love the gatefold idea, opening it up, having the like fun little image connecting there. I love gatefolds. Those are one of my favorite types of folds. This would be the walkthrough, the environmental graphic, and then the sourdough in your kitchen. I think this one's awesome. Again, whatever facts you would want to have on the wall, replace the dummy copy there. But I loved the installation graphic here. I thought it was so cool that you could walk through a kitchen and then you could see the whole fermentation process and everything and bread around the world. It's a very different process. I know people really get into bread and stuff like that. So I love the whole thing. Awesome job. Okay. Paw prints through history. So basically the evolution of dogs, if I remember this correct. My favorite part of this was definitely the walkthrough. So this would be the environmental walkthrough. I love the whole illustration style, like how you have the, the sketchy look here for your logo with, I believe it's like a darker green. I love the whole paw itself. I almost want to see like the little pads, maybe like a dark green and like sketched in to like shade it, just to have some contrast there. But I thought overall the colors and everything looked great. Your font positioning is great. This would be an awesome looking brochure on like a matte paper. Maybe take your actual body copy inside your brochure down a point or two. But my favorite part is definitely the install graphic. Like, I love to see like the interactivity here. Again, that was a huge component that a lot of people forgot, but you did not. What are you going to interact with? Take a sniff, see what the dog is smelling. And then the cool dog park thing. Again, just a really fun idea. Okay, inside the giant, as far as I remember with this one, it was specifically like inside, what it would be like to be inside a whale. I thought this was pretty good. Again, we've seen the whale tail like 3 times, so it's a very big kind of repetitive thing in design that I'm seeing. So you might want to kind of address that or find a way to make the logo maybe be the mouth. But the walkthrough, I thought how you actually found an image that you could really make work for you really helps it to be understandable what you would want your viewers to be going through for your process. Yeah, like this is perfect. Like seeing like the inside of I know that you're probably going for a little bit more of a photo element there. You know, maybe getting a more realistic tongue in there, but I think you can get the idea walking through, seeing the mouth. I like the aspect. Obviously, this part's for kids. Cool concept. Okay, camouflage country. Different types of camouflage that animals have. So giraffes here. Tigers. I like the logo a lot. A little hard to read camo. You might have to like close the tail in just a little bit more to read it like that. But I think when you see it with all the textures, it makes sense. Yeah, brochure was pretty good too. I would just say maybe flush everything left instead of having it centered, and maybe not use as much of the black, especially for the actual text itself. You could even pull out like the word zebra, have it be larger and bold, and then have the rest of the copy be thinner, jaguar large and bold, so have like the distinctive animal name pop out a little bit more there. Okay, red panda. This one was super cute. So talking about red panda population, there's a typo there. Red panda population over the years. Definitely getting in there and fixing up the dummy copy. You have like the lorem ipsum here, especially for final presentation. Like that's a no-go. The illustrations are super cute. I love seeing the little paw prints and how this could be a wall graphic. Another one. Again, like what specifically would the illustration be showing? And I loved your sketches. Sketches were awesome. Oh, the brochure's in here. Yeah. Very cute illustration. I thought your type was right on point. Again, just really getting in there and replacing all that copy, but it looks great. And especially your mock-up. Very professional. Okay, Tyler. So this was an exhibit for the Gilded Tomb, I remember, for like mummies and stuff like that, I believe. So this would be the mock-up. The mock-up was my favorite part, actually. I just thought you found a really good mock-up, and a mock-up will always elevate your design anyway. Like, even if it's lacking, which there are some things here that I think are a little lacking, especially with your typography and illustration skills. Like, I would find a way to make your mummy a little bit more vector-y looking versus Photoshop heavy. You know, give yourself some negative space with the Gilded Tomb being away from the edges a little bit. Less effects and more better, like more just nice solid typography skills. For here, you could keep the Welcome to the Gilded Tomb, keep that typeface, but then have another typeface that's maybe just not as like graphic and piratey. So that it's just easy to read in general. So keep it for the font, keep the font for your titles and your logos, but then have a basic one for the rest of it. I could see this is where you would walk into your mock-up. Pretty good at showing them. You're just working on some typography skills. Okay, and last up, I think this one works. We shall see.
This is just text, but you know, it gives a good explanation about my specifications for this concept and my target audience.
So A Spark of Light is about Thomas Edison's famous light bulb creation. That was the title. So we have some sketches here. Here's the logo. Let's go back to the logo. I think the logo, I mean, it's a good start to it. I mean, there's a lot of things possibly to work on here. The font that you used, I like it for Spark. I think it's, you know, it looks comic-y. You know, it works well, but maybe just keeping the Spark that and then stacking of light underneath it. And having that be maybe like a Gotham or a sans serif typeface, something like that. I actually really like it as the light bulb too. I mean, you might be able to put like A and then spark of light, or even work it over here so that it's, even with the sides. Environmental graphic. This is where I feel like it needs a little bit of work. I don't think the narrative literature, I don't think ever got finished. It's just sketches for now. Environmental graphic, yeah, definitely needs some work there, just because it's hard to understand like what would be there, where are the graphics themselves. Like you can kind of see what would be there, but they're a little light as far as like the content of what would actually be in the museum. So I mean, just some things to think about there. All right, that's everybody's work for this class. Thank you. It was great having all of you, and I hope to see you in the future. Have a good break.